Hey, what's up? Welcome back. So for today's video I decided to do an updated brow routine because I've been getting so many requests lately to do one. I don't really change up too much of how I do my brows, so it could be quite similar to the last video I did, but because I had gotten so many requests to do it, I decided just to do a new one anyway. So if you want to see how I do my brows, then please keep watching. So I'm just starting by combing up the brow, just to kind of comb out the hairs and just move any little pieces out of my way. So for my brows I use Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow in the shade Taupe, which is this colour here. So it's just a really good ashy tone. I find a lot of brow products go quite warm on my skin, but this one is a gem. So I'm using a YOUUUUUU, I think it's a 317, the number has worn off it a lot. It's a winged liner one, but it's just an angled brush. Anything like a flat angled brush like this is something I'll always use for my brows. So I like to just like carve out the bottom here, the line, and get it nice and sharp. So it gets a line nice and sharp like that, and then I'm going to go parallel along the top. I start around here and bring it back. And then I like to drag it back here and connect it and just thicken up the brow end. So now we have more of a shape on the brow, and then I like to just drag the product up from, so see in here, I like to just drag the product up here to keep it as natural as possible at the start of the brow. So I just get it and push it up just slightly, just to kind of add the colour here. The remainder on the brush, I just like to wiggle it in here and just colour in any parts in between the hair. Now I just like to take the tip of the brush and just flick up through the front of the brow to mimic some hairs. So just like flick up. And sometimes, it actually doesn't look that bad here, but sometimes I find that because there's not a lot of hair here, that the end of the brow is not the same colour as the rest of the brow, because it takes differently with the areas that it has hair and then the areas that it doesn't. So I usually just grab a brow pencil, like any one that I find. But the one I've been grabbing more of lately is the Maybelline Brow Precise Micro Pencil. There doesn't seem to be a shade on this, so I don't really know. But yeah, there is definitely no shade on this one. But this is what the lid is, so you can see the colour of the lid. And then I'll just kind of flick it through the end of the brow. But I don't really need to do it too much on that one because it's kind of the same. I just noticed there's like a little patch, see here? So what I usually do with that is go in with a pencil. And it helps just darken it again, see? If I ever want to like tidy up or sharpen the brow, I'll just take some of my Shape Tape on a flat brush. And then I like to just like tidy around anywhere that looks a little bit messy. So once I've tidied up underneath the brow, what I do is then I will just set it, and I'm going to use the Benefit Ready Set Brow, which is my favourite brow gel to set. So it's just on a small little brush, and what I do is then I would just comb up. So I always comb these ones up, and then I start to kind of go a little bit sideways, like towards the brow, and how the brow hairs grow, I usually just kind of go with it. I feel like sometimes it's easier to go with it than go against it and try and get it to do something else. So I will just kind of, as I said, comb them in the direction that they grow. Just kind of holds them in place then for the day. That is it, and that is how I do my brows. So there you go, now you know how I do my brows. Also I just want to say that another brow product that I really like, it's quite ashy, is there's a BH Cosmetics brow, like it's like a dip brow as well. It's in the shade Blonde, but it's very, very similar to this colour here. There's no warmth in it. It's really good if you want to check that one out. And also, there was another one that I tried before from Kiss. I think it's called like Top Brow or something like that. It's another one like in the pot. And what was that shade? I think that shade was called Taupe. Yeah, that shade was called Taupe as well, and that's a really good. So yeah, I just wanted to give you other alternatives to brow products that I have found so far. There's probably lots more out there, but I just haven't come across them yet, that are cool toned and light enough to go with like light hair, especially when your hair is like really ashy. You don't want anything that's going to be too warm on your brows. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.